So welcome everybody back to some more Minecraft. We are here in the end and I have a layout for our shulker farm. So they can spawn on soul sand, but they don't really like soul sand because it's not a full block and they try to teleport immediately away from the soul sand. So what we're gonna have basically, we're gonna have 4 layers, and then this layer is gonna have a ring of glass around with a few hopper collection systems and a lot of minecarts on a single track that are gonna pick up the shulkers and entity cram them at the same time, because there's gonna be 24 minecarts on that track, with also a hopper minecart that's gonna pick up all of the things. So as soon as the shulker spawns, he's gonna try to teleport to a layer of glass that is gonna be on both sides of the minecart rail, and the minecarts are gonna pick it up, cram it, they're gonna drop the shulker shells, and then we're gonna have 4 droppers in each of the corners that are gonna drop the shulker shells onto the floor there on the bottom, and we're gonna figure out where we're gonna set up our storage system downstairs. We're just gonna probably have a water stream that's gonna go around in circles and have one hopper to collect it, and then we're gonna just put it into a Shulker Box Loader and break the shulker box there, store it there, and that should be perfectly fine. The AFK spot is going to be way up in the sky, so we don't load the Ents island right here. What we can probably do, and I think that I will do it, is I'll turn on F4 to toggle light level overlay, and I'm going to go around this island and probably go grab a bunch of glowstone and just use glowstone to light it up in some sort of pattern. We might even just dig it down to a same level, because that might look even better. I have to dig out at least that, because that is still in the bounding box of the end city. So we have shulkers spawning over there if I didn't have the water. So we're gonna go 1 or 2 layers down at least. And yeah, that should be pretty cool. So I'm gonna queue on another time lapse while I go build the farm, because that's gonna be the most interesting way to show it. Well, we're not gonna do a time lapse just yet. I dropped down off of the soul sand and I died. Okay, so we're gonna grab our second wings. I don't think we need anything else. I need a pickaxe at least so I can break this. Right, we're gonna do that, and then I'm gonna grab a bunch of rockets. Well, just a stack of rockets, and we should be able to get back to our island. And the items there shouldn't despawn, so we should be fine. One thing that I want to mention while I'm flying back to my items is that I love waypoints, because you can just put your cursor on the waypoint and then you pretty much don't drop Y levels. As you can see also on the right what our Y levels are, because flying in the void, if you don't have any sort of orientation, it's hard to know if you're going down or up. So that is really cool. And every time I played Minecraft without waypoints or without a minimap that has coordinates on it, it was really scary flying in the end. But we should manage to pick up our items really quick here. And hopefully I don't die while landing. So we're gonna come in for a very slow landing, and hopefully everything is here. It is. Right, cool, cool. I don't know if you noticed, but at the end of the last time-lapse, I kind of realized that I built the floors wrong, which meant that this was in the wrong spot. I have since gone and fixed it, and if you hear any noises in the background, they're renovating the apartment that is right underneath my feet, and they're making a whole bunch of noise, which is making it very difficult to record today, but we're gonna try our best. If not, the video is gonna have more time-lapses, because those don't require me speaking, which is better. Anyway, I'm gonna go fill in the floors now and also the ceiling up top in the middle, and then it should be the farm done. Before I fill in the ceiling though, I will turn on the minecarts so they start moving back and forth, and also I need to make the holes for where the items are gonna drop down so they actually go through the floor and not just end up on the glass below. I decided to check the video on YouTube for the farm again, and in 1.16 there's going to be quite a bit of changes to shulkers, so we're going to have to add a few different things to make it 1.16 proof, and I don't know if we're going to get to all of those in today's episode, but the one thing that we need to do is move the glass walls out by 1, and I think I might move them out by 2, just to be safe, because shulkers can still teleport to glass for some reason. It is far enough, or it's close enough that they see it as a valid teleport location, so we're just gonna move it 2 blocks out. I think should be fine. I think we have enough glass here. I have a little bit more down by the chests, but the tedious part is at least made a little bit easier by our super duper data pack mod. Carpet mod makes it super easy to tear this down, because if I had to tear this down in normal vanilla, I would just lose my mind. But breaking glass instantly like this, it's gonna take no time. It's gonna be just like 30 minutes and I'm gonna be done. So I'm gonna do this for a little bit to tear it all down. I'm not gonna do a time lapse because we did so many time lapses already today. So we're just gonna go do this and place it all back again 2 blocks out. I believe the farm is now fully complete. I think I've gotten everything hooked up properly. The only thing that still needs fixing up is just this little redstone bit right here. So if we just break our way in here, we're gonna take this out. We're gonna put this here. We're gonna come out and we're gonna replace that end stone. We're gonna place this, and then we're gonna just put in a couple more buttons here. Like that, and I need to put in 1 more button down here, so we can just do that by slowly going like this. We go up. I don't care about losing a couple pieces of glass. It's all fine, right? So that is complete. This is going to be covered up. Here we can put in a little bit of a glass platform. The shulkers shouldn't be able to teleport to this spot anyway, but essentially at some point I want to have a redstone block or something on some sticky pistons and some slime blocks or some honey blocks or something, extend down and power this redstone dust, which is going to power this, which is going to power all the minecarts, so all the shulkers can actually die properly. And I've added some redstone lines that are going to power all 4 of these things, because we have 24, I think, minecarts total in all of those spots, and if we leave the area, those minecarts might get unstacked, and that's going to cause us issues, because then we have to come in, break them, they're going to get dropped into the storage system, which is eventually going to be down there. You can see those are the collection spots, and it's just going to be a whole mess. So we're not gonna worry about that by just turning the farm off every time we leave, and we can easily do that by putting a pressure plate up at the AFK spot and standing on the pressure plate while we AFK, and that means the farm is going to be on. If we step off the pressure plate, it's automatically going to turn off and not give us an issue. I added in the storage system and I'm on my camera account so you can actually see it working, but I have 5 Shulker Box Loaders here because one was not keeping up at all. And I think we can get away with 3 because 2 of these on the sides are actually full pretty much all the time and are just trying to drain the shulker shells down. And then this 2 are slowly but surely doing their thing and are not getting overworked. So I think 1 should be able to keep up with the demand of these. I might need 4 though, so I might just keep the 5 if this becomes the case. But for the time being, I'm gonna keep it as is. We can actually just do a quick test. We can remove this hopper and this hopper, replace it with a piece of ice, and that way the shulkers won't get picked up through this hopper, but just these 3. And then we can see if we have shulker shells building up in the middle hopper there. But I'll do that off camera. So that is just gonna break the shulker boxes into here, and I've already have 3 shulker boxes. This farm is kind of insane because we have the data pack that shulkers drop 2 shells on death no matter what happens. But I don't know if we should turn it off because shulkers can be farmed. I turned it off because it is incredibly OP to have shulkers respawning and also dropping double shulker shells without the player killing them. Yesterday, before I went on my AFK session, I just moved the storage system underground. It is 3 Shulker Box Loaders, and they kind of messed up. I had a bunch of shulker boxes filled with like 2 or 3 or 5 shells or something, and something just went wrong, so I tore it out. And we don't have a new one just yet, but I wanted to show you what I did to move the shells underground. We just have them coming to the middle over here, and then they just simply drop down into this water stream. And then they go kind of like in a loop like this, and then over 3 hoppers that collect them and are gonna put them in the shulker boxes and into this storage, which I kind of like, and I'm gonna keep it this way. Maybe we even design the walls a little bit. I have not done yet, but I have already taken everything back to the base, so I don't know. Well, maybe we'll just leave it. So I have full shulker box, or full chest, full of shulker shells in shulker boxes, and also another half and a bit. And there's empty ones, apparently. Oh yeah, those were the ones that got put into the hoppers while I was tearing the system down. Right. So we can just do that, and then we can queue them on the floor. So they all stack. Do I have any more empty ones? Empty. Oh, that one was like half empty. Are you full? Okay, cool. So back here is where the previous system was, and I have torn it down since because we're gonna rebuild it in a better way. And I'm gonna use a different design than the one Ilmango has because apparently that one still works, but not here for some reason. It messed up. So I'm going to use a different one that is foolproof in 1.16, and it also allows you to open up the shulker box while it's in the system. This pretty much looks like I did absolutely nothing, but I did install the new storage system. It had to be lowered down by 1 block, so this bottom chest was this chest and so forth. So back here, if we break these 3 blocks, we can get inside, and you can see the new storage system, kind of. I will link it in the description on the tutorial that I used. It should work fine, and it has the ability for me to view shulker boxes directly in here. One thing that I might do, and I don't know if the shulker box can pop off here on the side and land on this endstone brick, or endstone, and despawn after 5 minutes. So what I might do is just fill this in over here on the side, and we can get a different access kind of like here on the side. So we can just break in a little bit like so and get access to the behind the scenes through here. And we could even build this out of glass so we can actually see the inside. But I did add one thing that I really like is these stairs here are gonna protect the shulker boxes from dropping onto the top of the chests. And we can still access the dispensers here, which are all loaded with shulker boxes. The next order of business is to try and hook up this thing to the top. And that means we probably have to move the AFK spot over to the side, because if we put a solid block above the farm, it means that all spawning attempts are going to be focused on that block on top. And that is not what we want. So I can just move this over, that glass, move it a little bit over, and then we can do some sort of sticky piston, slime block, honey block, contraption matron. The problem that I'm gonna run into is that those are probably spawnable for shulkers, and I would have to check where we don't have an end city and that I have to do in single player. So we'll see if the north side has any end city. It probably does. I might have, I'll figure it out if I can. I have added in the on and off pressure plate, so we never break the farm pretty much. And it is really cool because this is right where the end chip was. So in between the edge of the end city and the end chip, there is a bit of space. And this line of honey blocks is right on the edge of that bounding box. So no shulkers should spawn here because they do not spawn on honey blocks. I used full blocks here, but I think it's out of the bounding box, like it looks like it, so no shulkers are spawning, so we get all the spawns on the inside. And one thing that I did notice is that I had this block off center by 1, and it really got me scared for a moment that I built this in the wrong spot, but it was just this line that I built in the wrong spot. So everything else works fine. The farm is amazing. It works really well. You can see the items dropping down in here. They go into the water stream, drop down in here, get in and around the water stream here, and then they get loaded into these shulker boxes. And we can even, if we slow down a little bit, look inside of them. If we can manage to wiggle our way inside, there we go. We can see this filling up. Apparently I have a hopper in some of them, but that is all right. They keep on working. This one is going to have 1 piece of endstone. I can come clear those out, no problem. But yeah, it does work. It is really cool. And I think this farm is now complete. And with that, I'm going to have to end the episode for today. So I want to thank you all so much for watching. I'm hoping you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to hit the like button. You can also subscribe to see new videos. You can support me on Patreon if you want to play with me here on this server. And you can also subscribe to me on Twitch if you want to play here with me as well. So again, thank you so much, and I will see you all in the next episode. Have a great one. Bye-bye.